That's the unicycle I've been riding for over 10 years. And this is my $1,000 unicycle. Today I'm going to tell you why I love my upgrade and why you should buy one or upgrade as well. Back in 2014, I was obsessed with unicycling. My best friend at the time learned how to ride a unicycle, and just like him, I wanted to ride. And so, what did I do? I saved up every single penny, and with the help of my parents, I was able to buy a $300 to $400 unicycle. This is the Impact Regent unicycle, my first ever unicycle. On and off for the next 14 years, I rode this specific unicycle. And so, I finally decided to upgrade. I went online and shopped around thinking, oh, they're probably going to be around $300, $400. The price of a bike with one wheel is $1,000. So, yes, I spent almost $1,000 on a bike that only had one wheel. I hope it's good. It better be good. Here we go. A new frame. And the stem is 10 times as long, which is awesome. This is like holding, maybe it's probably a pound. Since I've been riding the same setup for 14 years, I forgot that things can actually improve. Specifically the weight and the stem height. It sounds like small stuff, but it feels like traveling into the future and realizing everything you have is outdated. I'm not claiming to be an expert on this. In fact, there are people who document the history of unicycling way better than I ever could, and I'll link them down in the description. I'm just giving my 2 cents. Here's one thing that people don't realize. Unicycling has a style, and that style has changed over the time I've been riding. Back when I began, unicyclists sat lower in their saddles. Everything was more compact. People focus more on grinds and flip tricks. Things are very technical and controlled, and these setups were perfect for that. Now the style is taller. People are going for bigger flips, bigger tricks, and not only that, we're incorporating freestyle, which requires more control and more flow. And the equipment evolved right alongside it. My old unicycle wasn't built for the way we ride today, and honestly, neither was my body. I'm 6'2", so I was basically folding myself into a unicycle every single session without realizing it was a problem. Bruh. I've noticed every time I do a crank flip or any rotation of the cranks where I have to jump off of it, my tire goes flat. I think they call it a pinch flat, so in the comments let me know how to fix that and what I should do to prevent that in the future. So I have nothing but good things to say about the Mad 1 unicycle. The one gripe I did have is the cranks stripped extremely quickly, within like 2 months. I don't know if that's because I put a washer in between my pedals to make sure they don't freeze, or that the threads were just not threaded really well, but that's just something to be aware of. If you've had that issue, drop it down in the comments below, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So I've learned a lot of new tricks on this unicycle, put a lot of miles on it, and it actually makes me excited to ride again. So would I recommend a $1,000 unicycle? Yeah, I would.